So No Man's Sky has the best base building I've come across in the crafting survival games that I've played. And I know that's a bold claim, but I'd like to talk about that a little bit in greater detail and why I feel that way. Because it is an entirely subjective point of view. It's not objective at all. Everybody's going to have a different opinion of what they find to be the greatest, the best, the most fun, the most beautiful. I just want to talk about why, out of all the crafting survival games that I've played up until this point, I feel that the base building on this game is the best I've ever seen. They've had 8 years to work on it. They refined it quite a bit. It is a core component to this game along with the exploration. We're going to take a little bit at some of the community builds as well. We got a separate video coming up that's going to be just reacting to community builds, so you'll want to stay tuned for that as well. And don't forget, every single day at 11 a.m. Central Time, I stream on YouTube and Twitch, so follow along in both places if you want to get the most out of the channel. And don't forget to check out all the other videos that happen, the Discord, the Patreon, all the socials. Don't click that tab. It's early. I may not have had enough coffee yet. Let's take a look here. So, right now I'm at my home base, and we have a few basic structures. Just like pretty much every crafting survival game, you're going to start off building some form of a shelter, a hut, and that's where that came into play. It's very simple, it's very basic, it's nothing to write home about. This is not what I'm here to show off per se, but it is an important part of the journey. And then after that, you start building things like your storage box, your portal, generators, solar panels, batteries, personal. Like, that's how you change your look right there, that little device right in the middle. Then you get a landing pad, you get your own ship, you get an exocraft pad, and then you get your first rover, you get, and then like a base computer and this thing, and then on the inside I've got NPCs, and we've got all sorts of stuff that's going on here. And then here, of course, I've got my player, who is currently in build mode, which is why he's just standing there, looking at potentially building something. Now, right off the bat, when you're in here, it's a very familiar. This is all very familiar. If you've seen one crafting survival game with base building, you've seen them all, so to speak. This reminds me a lot of like Conan Exiles as an example. More recently, playing Enshrouded. There are elements of many games in here. What I really enjoy so far is the sci-fi theme, but also how all this stuff fits together and works. Because it's not just about, in a lot of games it's just like build your structure and then you're done. And this game, it's very much, oh no, you've got your structure, but you've also got your ships and your exo abilities, which, by the way, this is what blows my mind. So I've got one ship. There's many ships you can get. I have a rover. There are many more things you can get. You can see them on the menu here. I haven't unlocked them yet. It's mind-blowing to me. Vehicles. Here we go. So that's my ship. There's that rover, but then there's things like, if you see on the icons here, there's like freighter, and then also other ships. But right here, Summon Exocraft is what I want to look at. If I can get this to where you can see the icons on the screen. So you have your ship. There's like a sub, a mech, a speeder bike, some sort of other thing. Like, there's all these different vehicles that you can summon, and I only have the one, and that's all part of like the base building of the game. And then there's all these different alloys you can get and different building materials. It's all stuff that we're familiar with. You go inside. I've got some NPCs that I've hired, which help me do upgrades. This all feels familiar if you've played anything recently. Like I said, Enshrouded is a really good example of this. But where this game blew my mind was the fact that not only you do this on land and all of the places where you're going to find planets that you want to explore and everything else, but you can also take this to the sea. And there's underwater bases, and there's subs. Okay, that's really freaking cool. And then, like, in space, you have your freighter, and you can design the interior of your freighter and flesh that out and have a mobile base that goes with you. that sort of takes it to another level for me because you have all of these things on top of the land bases. Because we've seen land bases in lots of other games. People build beautiful things. I always tell people, go check out the Conan Exiles social media page. Check out the Enshrouded stuff like on TikTok. People are really creative and build some really cool stuff. They also do the same thing here, which is something I want to showcase here. Again, we're going to do a separate episode all about the creations, but I do want to take you up and check some of this stuff out. I believe we got there from the other day at the yeah, I think we'll need to go up to the anomaly really quick, guys, because I need to be able to see the communities section. And I think that was from the anomaly. So let's go up there. And this is all part of my base. The coolest thing about the landing pad once you get this built for your base is that you no longer have to spend fuel to get off planet. That's a really cool feature. The fact that I can fly around is another reason. I just love being able to dive into the base building in this game, and come over here and hover over and look at my base. Excuse me. We can land there if we want. But what really transformed this for me was once I found out that you can connect all these buildings and habitats to all one another and go from a land to a sea base, and then have teleporters there to go up to your freighter in space. That just, to me, it's a whole nother level of base building that other games don't have, and that's why this is sort of transported for me. And it's the first game I've played in the crafting survival area where I've been like looking at it and going, I'm gonna dive into base building. I haven't really worried about it in many of the other games. We have bases, like as an example in Enshrouded. I've contributed to the base building in our multiplayer campaign, but mostly it's been other people. Like Kel has gone crazy on that, Dragon Llama and those guys. Like they built most of that stuff, and I just helped do the harvesting and everything else. I was much more interested in the adventuring side of that game and the exploration and quests and everything else. Whereas here, if you've been tuning into the live streams, I've been planning out this underwater base idea that I have, where I basically want to find a mountainous planet which has like some oceanside cliffs or something. And I want to build a cliffside dwelling up above, and then I'm going to go build a connecting section that goes underwater into the ocean, and then we're going to have some ocean outposts and stuff. I don't know. I have great big plans, which I've never done for any of the other crafting survival games I've played. So that should just show you the amount of fun I'm having in this game. And it's also why I'm looking so much forward to Light No Fire, because that's more of a fantastical game, and I can't wait to see what we're going to be able to do there. And this, you know, kind of like how Enshrouded was the first game that really pulled me into crafting survival. Valheim kind of was the first nudge, and then really Enshrouded was the one that pulled me in and said, okay, wow, crafting survival games, base building games can be really fun. And then playing a bunch of stuff since then, V Rising, Once Human, going back into Valheim, doing a lot of Minecraft with my brother and my nephew over the past few years. Like, this is the game that has got me into base building. Like, it's like, oh no, we need to build bases. And then I'm going to forget his name. Let me go look it up on YouTube really quick. But I do need to give a shout out because he's been hanging out on a lot of my videos, and I know he has a ton of base building stuff up on his channel. And I don't want to. I'm looking for it real quick, guys. I'm spontaneous when I do these. I don't have show notes. So those of you who tune into the live streams, this is how it rolls sometimes. I get a little yappy and a little rambly in sections of the videos. But that's what you tune in for. Everybody, Renfail here. There's my voice. I went to my YouTube channel. I got to find my history because I totally... Beeblebum. Beeblebum is his channel. Beeblebum has a ton of really cool base building videos up on his YouTube channel. There's just a lot of really cool stuff for No Man's Sky. He's got beginner's guides and everything else. Totally giving a shout out, base building techniques and ideas, because he's been really supportive of the streams and the videos and everything else. And also I was at his channel last night for about an hour and a half just going through videos and stuff. So as I start getting into my base building journey, I'm definitely looking to others for inspiration. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and people have done some really amazing things, and I definitely want to give a shout out in that direction. But let's go ahead, let's move this screen back out of the way. Got sidetracked. So if you come up to the to the anomaly, this is where you can find other inspiration sources. And my mind was completely like, I've seen some cool stuff, like, but when I saw this right here, just hang on. This kind of stuff, I've never, like, this is what has, like, this is why I think the base building in this game is some of the best ever, because you're dealing with procedural elements, right? And this is when, as much as I love Starfield, I really wish, and I'm hoping that as this game's been out for 8 years, so to be fair, this game has had 8 years to get good. It was not this good at launch. Starfield also had some launch issues, and I'm really hopeful that over 8 years of time we can get similar stuff out of Starfield, because they have a really robust outpost system as well. But this is so cool. So we're like teleporting in to this guy's place. It like dropped us in on the top here. So how do I safely... Okay. It's a featured base. How do I get into... What I don't want to do is fall off. Oh, I guess it's... Well... What I don't know is, like, where is the entry to this place? Because he ports you in on the very top. And then I have no idea. Other than, like, should we jump off? What is that over there? There may be something... Alright, I think we're gonna go down. Okay, that got us down. Not quite sure how to get in there, to be honest with you. But one of the coolest things to me is, like, looking at the fact that there are floating islands that people can build things on top of. This, to me, just shouts and screams volumes of, this is so cool. Like, and the fact that this, like, I've never seen trees like this in any of the planets that I've explored on. Like, this is a really cool looking planet. And then to have this, like, floating island abode that's your own. This led me down the path of, like, watching other floating islands and going, oh wow, okay, this is really cool. Let me summon my ship. Because now we can kind of get up here and get a better look at things as we were. Here we are. This is just so cool to me. Hang on, I want to get a different view. I wish you could do a full stop here. Oh, that's how you get in. I saw the front door now, which I totally didn't see when we got there before. I'm not gonna be able to get there from here. Now that I thought about it, I don't have enough jetpacks to get there. But what we can do. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Is come up here and resummon the anomaly and go check out some more stuff. Because there's some pretty amazing stuff in here. And the diversity, I think one of the things that speaks volumes to a game's longevity when it comes to these base building games is the ability for people to just really let loose their imagination and build whatever they want. And find tools and resources to use. Around the corner, you'll find the recipe vendor. So I'm not going to show that because it's really not that integral to this whole thing. It's kind of like what I was showing at the beginning of the game. Much like other base building games, there is a very, obviously a very robust ingredients list and parts list of things you can build and the ways that people find to put those things together like Lego sets is always amazing to me. But let's go take a look at another one here real quick, just to give you a quick glimpse, because once we get to the next video, we're going to be doing a community showcase, and I want to go through here and do a reaction to all of these because it's pretty freaking amazing. So we checked out the wizard one, which was cool, but it was a single island. I've seen other ones where there's just many floating islands. Let's check out this one, which they've looked like they've almost replicated that ancient Viking church structure architecture. It kind of looks like. The amount of creativity and the amount of man hours that goes into creating bases like this blows my mind. What I don't know is if there's any aquatic bases to be found here through this community spotlight. I would love to find an aquatic base to show you guys in this video, because I've seen a few on YouTube. Ooh, we're on water, aren't we? Oh, how cool. Oh my. This is amazing. So he's got a dock out here, right on this beautiful body of water, which since the World's Part 1 update looks absolutely amazing. The teleporter is down in the... It's probably not supposed to be down in... Oh, maybe it is. Okay. And then we can come up here. These stairs. So, he's probably terraformed this a little bit. This looks really well done. It's got crystal beds up in here, all the trees and everything else. Is that another player? Or is that an NPC? Totally another player. So somebody else is in here checking stuff out. That's cool. So this is what something looks like if someone has put a ton of time into it. Which is what blows my mind in terms of the base building. Like, this is... Look at that ring light thing. That's so cool, man. Like, and this is a great place to come in and get inspiration and be like, hey, I want to build things like this. How did they do it? Come back, visit, see what they've placed where. Oh, there's like an automatic light that turns on when you come in. Or something happened there. Going up in here. Oh, this just keeps going up. Oh, look at the gadget. Look at the weapon wall back here, guys. That's pretty cool. So, big fan. This is just a glimpse of why I think the base building in this game is the best I've ever seen. There's so much you can do. There's all these different planets that you can find, and I do recognize that, you know, with the procedural element, you're going to end up coming across a lot of planets that look same/similar. But at the end of the day, if you take the time to explore, it's a big galaxy with a lot, and I mean a lot. Somebody quoted a number at me the other day, and I just kind of was like, really? So there's all these different solar systems and all these different galaxies and all these different... It just blew my mind. So there's a lot of cool stuff out here in terms of finding the components that you can build with bases. I'm looking forward to a deeper base building journey in this game than I've seen in other games. This is something I would urge people to stick around for long term, kind of like with Starfield. You know, the playthroughs happened where we were streaming lots, but then the ship building and the outpost building and stuff I've been doing with Starfield has very much been on my own time, and those videos come out more sporadically in between all the other games that I play. Expect to see the same with No Man's Sky. We're hard and heavy on the story right now throughout mid-July into the late August period until The War Within and Star Wars Outlaws drops. And then once we start to get into all the other games that we're playing this fall, I'll be starting to focus on the base building aspect a little bit more. We're going to be doing scouting during the streams. We did scouting yesterday. So we're trying to find right now, we're looking for the planet where I'm going to build my base. So part of that journey has been, okay, I need better hyperdrives for my ship. So I got the hyperdrive upgrades yesterday, and during today's stream, we're going to be working on getting the components needed to add those hyperdrives to my ship so that I can start to explore more and more star systems throughout the galaxy to find the perfect planet to build my base. And also don't forget to stick around because I'll be doing things like the community reaction video to all the different bases that we can go see in the community section, plus a whole bunch of other stuff related to No Man's Skies. Daily streams happen here and on Twitch at 11 a.m. Central Time. And I do play a lot of other games because it's a variety channel, so hopefully you'll check out all the other playlists, all the other things I do. My work as a sci-fi and fantasy author, it's all down in the links below. Discord, Patreon, socials exist. See you next time, everybody. Have fun.